Yet, in irony or humor, then Patch is asked a very clarifying question by the Private Miller. As Patch was walking away, Private Miller asked,
"Dude, what happened to your eye?"
Anyone know what a dude is? The Private Miller is saying, thus,
Holy bejesus.
is saying, hey,
Dude, what happened to your eye?
hey, ballsack.
What happened to your eye?
as a dude is a bull's nutsack. So
Holy bejesus.
calling him a nutsack.
What happened to your eye?
Knowing he's just been punched and blinded, and Patch is not happy. He wants the hatch shut down, and he thinks that he could shut the light
Holy bejesus.
that is now illuminating from within his own.
Fucking little dog and poniac.
He cannot,
Bury the hatch.
and he's angry. He wants to
Sell the land.
cover this up. So if I'm right in that regard, I'm betting maybe there's something else of land built by him to maybe still try to confuse, make it harder for this light
Holy bejesus.
to get out, for this hatch to shut. But that will be the next study. Let's continue on. So, knowing that the Private, thus
Holy bejesus.
Spirit through the Private, has just sent the proverbial punch in the eye to Patch from
Holy bejesus.
declaring first punch before he is sent in. And as
Holy bejesus.
he is coming in, he's ready to come in. He's ready to be sent in to what? Outside the room, to where Patch has control. It was made as a test in the future. This was planned in the past, make no mistake about it. It has to be. I always said, even in the UFO thing, time here somehow is involved. Someone's looking through time in these scripts and everything, and boom. Now I see this. It's not a coincidence, because a way was made in
Fucking little dog and poniac.
to see him bring forth the message. Despite his life being on the line, using this code and his life as a means to punch him in the eye, for
Holy bejesus.
therefore, in a sense, making him blinded at what is coming next.
Holy bejesus.
This is incredible. Though created and used as a skit for an alternate scene of a movie, nonetheless, the truth is out there, underneath the ground of the surface,
Fucking little dog and poniac.
covering this code, as well as trying to tell and warn us all that there really is in existence today, there being a real underground containment facilities where they reside or base, with the real hidden secret
Your superiors.
army of literal Nazi Masons, controlled military men being called
You know what problem I have with your fucking little dog and poniac you call the military?
by Holy Be Jesus, directly speaking to Patch. Holy Be Jesus is warning us all about them.
Your superiors.
They are
Holy bejesus.
number one target when he is sent in. But notice carefully what the Private is telling him. Someone is being sent in for him, for Patch, and for the rest of them.
Your superiors.
Your fucking little dog and poniac you call the military?
But also,
Holy bejesus.
they're saying to the people who represent Private Miller that
Holy bejesus.
is telling them, thus me, thus us all who see this light and see him,
Holy bejesus.
and see his message, that yes, he is ready to be sent in. To what? To take us out of here for what's about to come. And that's going to be in the next study, which again, for all those who mock and jest, this message is for you, and you're going to shake in your boots. And you will see this light even more so than now. I know I'm not perfect at this code, but I'm guaranteed of one thing. The Lord had led me to the burning bush, so thus a proverbial Moses. He has a plan. He brought 4 elements unto this. He has a plan. What was the cause of the burning bush? Another signature to think about. What was the story behind that? He told Moses to go somewhere. Who? To Pharaoh. Then tell him to let my people go. Well, that's what this was. Holy Be Jesus was just using him, thus using me to tell the world even now, as well as in this code then, by Private Miller, in this act, in this scene that Patch wants covered up, and telling the world at large that
Holy bejesus.
be coming for us too. As a poke, another punch at Patch, to let him know that he intends to take more people out of here, less souls for him to chase and go after and kill, because he wants to save us. He doesn't want to destroy. You brought him to that, Patch. You deserve what you're going to get in the ground, and your army looking over at you.
Why are we underground right now, sir? Why can't we be out in the open? Why aren't we in a square right now? Why aren't we talking to people, letting them know Item 9 exists? Get it out. Shout at the rooftops. This is great.
And make no mistake about it, people, they are his number one target in this message when he is to be sent in. But notice carefully what the Private is telling him. Someone is being sent in for him as well, for us. Do you see yet? And thus,
Holy bejesus.
speaking through
Private Miller.
in his Holy Spirit of illumination, says,
why aren't we talking to people, letting them know Item 9 exists? Get it out. Shout at the rooftops. This is great. This is the bee's knees. Item 9.
shout from the rooftops, Item 9 is real. Shout from the rooftops this news. I am coming. I'm about to be sent in. So this is very implicating, and yet, just only another part of the incredible string of coincidences? This is not the first such media, again, with which I have had a little experience with, from yet another video series dealing with hidden code and Masons, and also a Patch, who's a dickhead. And that series was UFO Diaries. It's not a movie, but I not think that it matters what venue that it is. I can be wrong, but how is any of this possible? But notice Patch also, how he says,
and dispose of him. This never happened.
Think about that. Dispose of who? Obviously the threat to, Holy Be Jesus' people as a whole, that's a prophecy of something that's going to happen. Okay, it's a warning of what's going to happen for those who do not see this message before he is sent in. Then you're getting a warning about he who's going to come out from underground and come after you. But notice how he says,
I've seen enough. Shut it down. Bury the hatch. Sell the land. And dispose of him. This never happened.
What never happened? This code.
This never happened.
This scene. This conversation of Patch being punched in his eye by
Holy bejesus.
none of you guys seen this. Or you're dead. It doesn't matter. He mind controls them. So,
this never happened.
meaning what? Not the scene, not the set they created. He's telling his men who are embarrassed, who had just seen him be punched in the eye by
Holy bejesus.
This never happened.
So you see, clarification. This scene, we are being told, he is saying,
this never happened.
this code, this message, he is lying to your own intelligence who are looking at this and seeing this message come from
Holy bejesus.
now, because he still has his control on you. Light that fire, because he's about to be sent in, because he controls your minds.
This never happened.
You not see something unless he tells you to see something. He does not want any of you to see someone being sent in. Do you get it? Use your heads. You're all smart. You're smarter than me, many of you. Doesn't matter.
Holy bejesus.
Brought me to this to bring to you, and brought 3 other elements under this to also bring this to you. Something is going on. This is going to lead somewhere. This is the burning bush. Get it? 420, the burning bush. Signature of the identity who's sending the message. Still biblically sound. And again, remember,
Private Miller
himself represents others of his kind. Oh, trying to tell us all in Patch a hidden secret. A message being sent to him and us all from the sender.
Private Miller
Knows he is going to die because he heard Patch say right in front of him.
And dispose of him.
But he has seen
Holy bejesus.
relight his fire torch of enlightenment and seen it with a smile on his face. That made him see clear. He has no more fear of Patch. And again, nor of death. Think about this, people. That makes him know and ask in his grave, why am I still in here? I should be out in the open in the square smoking weed with his fellow privates with their torches of enlightenment to scream from the rooftops that he and they are alive. Give praise and glory to
Holy bejesus.
this great belief is in you.
Holy bejesus.
So as you can see, someone not wants us to be not sees. Information is trying to be given to us because it's telling us, using the skit for a movie, that even though you not see the Nazi Mason
your superiors
armies under your feet right now, who he's trying to tell you all is really there, when he is sent in, if you don't see him and see his message and see him, that when he is sent in, he's going to count you amongst them.
your superiors
Armies under your feet right now. Therefore, you're all as a whole. That's a warning, but yet also a hope of salvation. Not for him and his, but for you, the Nazis, who not see this or not see him, and therefore not take it seriously. So, when we think of Patch saying,
That's inappropriate.
what is inappropriate to Patch? What is inappropriate to Patch? What does he mean?
That's inappropriate.
On the surface, we know what he's talking about, the dick and mouth thing. But what is it really? Well, Private Miller's behavior and the hidden things he is saying to Patch and us all, that's what is inappropriate to him. But Patch sees all too well what this means about Private Miller, thus about
Holy bejesus.
that he was not really addressing Private Miller and claiming inappropriate the actions of sucking dick. He was saying that
Holy bejesus.
it was inappropriate, making clear to the point message, letting him know the deal, and struck first punch about to be sent in to blind him, to surprise him. Well, surprise! So of course Pat says,
I've seen enough. Shut it down. Bury the hatch. Sell the land. And dispose of him. This never happened.
sounds clearer by the minute who this reminds me of from my past experience learning this lingo, and that was done to me. Also seen with the patch on one eye. Again, his name happens to also be Dick. Well, if the patch fits, the Lord sends this message to you as well, letting you be aware. He comes for you. He's ready to be sent in. This guy with the patch. But who? Dr. Hoagland? Yelling illegal at the end to investigate UFO Diaries, Face of Mars, Mysterious Pictures. No, the one Dr. Hoagland works for. And thus...
You know what problem I have with your fucking little dog and pony act you call the military?
So in that way I can attribute that, and that's how it was so easily for me to see this. Thanks to Tom's input. Thanks to
Holy bejesus.
leading him here to this day and to this item 9. This is real. It's the bee's knees. Scream it from the rooftops because
Holy bejesus.
is about to be sent in. See his light, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be riding at the head of the wave with him in to destroy those Nazis. I swear all of this can relate. So hopefully you're studying this and you'll learn to see also and to learn not to be a Nazi. Maybe it's the same group as the ones of the code I found in Seeing UFO Diaries and all of Hoagland's stuffs today, because it's the same intent, as it were. Someone, a group, but one is trying to put info out, trying to put forth the message to any who could see the truth, using the same symbolism and whatnot. It has to be the same language, but it's flipped. Remember, two pyramids flipped onto each other make a square. Isn't that interesting? Two sides of a story. Well, it seems which side of the triangle was the one on top? Patches. Because we had to go through Patches' layers of lies by solving a riddle of going straight through all those layers, right to the bottom and be put to the test. This was a test for the past, so therefore this will be granted unto you. Christ Jesus is promising it because it's a punch in the eye, letting Patch know he's about to be sent in, but also you, because he's about to take his people. There's no undetermined amount of people he can bring, but without this message it would be less. Because now, because of this 420 of this weed that you came to see item 9, which is real, shouting from the rooftops, he is coming, and he wants to take you also with him. He doesn't want to destroy you. He wants to destroy the one this warning's really intended for, Patch and his boys underground. Pun intended. Using the same symbolism again and whatnot for me to be able to see here and get a direct message, as it was, because someone left the hatch opened. Who? We did. Me, Tom, Sean, Mean Green. And you'll see why. It's definitely in the next study. But that is why Patch wants it buried. He wants it buried. So that also means he wants me buried. Because it was because of me ultimately being able to see deeper into this with the information and the medium brought to me. So I would be convinced Holy Be Jesus is real, that this is real, so that the other parties involved will learn that this is real, that we were brought to the burning bush. And quite literally, I guess. Because it sounds like that's what's being invoked to help you think. Time's running out. So whatever you can to let the enemy's hand slip long enough for Holy Be Jesus' light to see you. And this is the test. This is your test, you Nazis. How many of you those seeing this see that light or see that truth? Because remember, it's the truth that sets you free if you see. But it's obvious. He wants this buried. He said dispose of him, so he wants me disposed. Because I could show you the way in. And so, yes, if that is what a metaphor and prophecy is to the one who helps show this, therefore I'm also Private Miller, then yes, so be it. I will have to die. Why? Because I'm not going to be looking over at anyone saying, why am I underground, sir? Or looking up and asking,
Holy bejesus.
why am I underground, sir? And not out in the open on the square. Think about this. Trying to let us see and know who they are. The guy with the patch represents those
Your superiors.
who do not want it known. Or are they the ones who do? But I think we see that answer now. Remember, he had the private shot. Sound familiar, Dr. Hoagland? It seems to be a trait and a motto amongst you. Now it's getting pretty predictable, isn't it? If I am right about this, I am thinking of the last Terminator movie. What was the plot of that? Hoagland also wanted strongly for me to believe I was and am John Connor before we had our falling out. And not to mention also that this was just before we fell out again and when he warned me of the Matrix as being real. Now I wonder.